Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Even though I arrived the UK like 6 weeks ago, I've still been making videos on like what to do before you finally arrive in the UK. So this video I'm just going to talk about what to do after you get your visa. So at this point I had gotten my visa. I had started saying my goodbyes to my family and friends. I started telling everybody that I was going to leave. I had already informed my employers that I'll be quitting at the end of the month, stuff like that. Now I had to book my flight. So a lot of people said I should book my flight directly from the British Airways website because all these agents were going to be too expensive. So I checked the British Airways website and it was showing the amounts in dollars. So that means I had to go and buy dollar in black market and stuff. So when I did the conversion, how much it would cost me and all that, it was about 286,000. But then I checked Waka Now website and it was like 275. So it was obviously cheaper on Waka Now. So if you already have like a dollar account and you have dollar, obviously it will be cheaper because then you will not have to go and buy dollar in black market. But if you would have to buy dollar in the black market, then you might as well just look at Waka Now, Travel Better or Travel Start, one of all those travel agencies, and you might get like a good price. So my school is in Salford, which is in Manchester, so I had to book a flight directly to Manchester. Usually when you're booking from Abuja, it's usually cheaper than booking from Lagos, but the flight from Abuja was like 8 in the morning to arrive London Heathrow by 2 p.m. So there was no other flight to Manchester that day, so it meant I had to wait till the next day. So I just like did Lagos. So I just picked like the 10:55 p.m. flight to arrive by 5:30, and so my flight from London Heathrow to Manchester Airport was about 8:30 or 9:30. But anyways, if you are using this option, always ensure that you check in directly to Manchester. So you tell the people at the counter. They would usually just do this, but just in case, ensure that they are checking in your bag directly to Manchester. So when you get to Heathrow, you don't have to start going to pick up your bag and then going to check in again. It just goes directly. So the only thing you do is just carry yourself, wait for your flight, and when it's time for your flight, you go on board, and once you arrive in Manchester, the luggage will be there for you. Okay, so British Airways is actually very generous when it comes to baggage allowance. You're allowed to have 2 checked-in bags of 23 kg each. Note that each of the bags must be 23 each or less than 23. You have 1 cabin bag which can also weigh as much as 23 kg, but there's actually like a size limit, so you need to check the British Airways website to know the size allowance. And then you can also have a laptop bag which can also weigh as much as 23 kg. There's like a box or basket kind of thing where they'll ask you to put your hand luggage inside to be sure that it doesn't pass that limit. So sometimes you might be lucky, they might not tell you to do that, but sometimes they might actually tell you to do that. And they're also going to weigh your hand luggage, so ensure it doesn't exceed 23 kg. When you get to the point where they are checking you before you enter the plane, if it's a full flight, they would offer to check in your bag for you for free, of course, so you can actually do that. So try not to put breakables or valuables in that cabin bag. Make sure that all your documents, any valuable, is in your laptop bag, because no matter how full the flight is, you can always go in without your laptop bag. After I booked my flight, it was time to start preparing. I got a winter jacket. So if you live in Port Harcourt, you can actually check that everyday supermarket opposite Skipper. They have really nice stuff there, and it was really cheap. It was about 15k, but they were on sales of 50% off, so obviously it was going for 7.5. So my husband still priced and they agreed and they gave it to me for 6,000 naira. So when I came to the UK and my friend saw it, she was like, "What? You got this 6,000? You should have actually chatted it, because to get something as good as this here in the UK, we spent almost £30 because it was like brand new and it was really good quality. So you should actually check it out." I also got a sweatshirt. My brother does this reflective sweatshirt kind of thing, so I also got that. Got my winter jacket, I got my sneakers. Then food, I got pepper, like black pepper, normal pepper. I even got suya spice. I got packs of Maggi, packs of Knorr. What else? So I didn't bother carrying rice, I didn't carry beans because I heard they were already here. I didn't carry palm oil, although people are telling me, "Oh, you can carry it, you can freeze it," but me, I know they for wahala. Like the way I carried myself like this to the UK, I don't even want stress, I don't want any trouble at all. So I was just respecting myself very well. So I carried a lot of gari, because girl, I love to swallow. Then I carried my semo, I carried poundo. I think that was pretty much. Then I carried fish. I carried a lot of dry fish because as a Port Harcourt girl, hey, I didn't want to even play. But anyways, I carried a lot of dry fish. I carried crayfish, oporoko. I already blended everything, packed it nicely in my in different ziplocs, and then I loaded everything in my Ghana Must Go. So as at when I was traveling, the requirement for traveling was to have a negative COVID test from your home country, which is Nigeria, not older than 72 hours from the time you arrive, and then you have you need like a day 2 and day 8 COVID test kit. Like you need to pay for it, then get a reference number. They'll show it, you show it to them at the airport and stuff. And then there's like this passenger locator form that you fill. So when you fill that form, you also put in that reference number. It's just linked and all. I traveled from Port Harcourt on a Saturday morning, so I did my COVID test like on Friday evening at about 5 p.m. or almost 6 p.m. It was still going to be valid till Monday. So my flight from Lagos was on Sunday night, and I was arriving on Monday. As at when I arrived, my COVID test was already like maybe 60 hours ish or whatever, but it was still valid. I didn't have any issues because it wasn't more than 72 hours. I had already paid for my COVID test kit like 2 or 3 days before I traveled. So if you're coming in from an amber list country, as at when I traveled, you can do your isolation anywhere. So I just put in the address of where I was isolating, and the COVID test kit was delivered there, and also that was the address I used on my passenger locator form. A trick on this seat thing, so the plane has like three rows. So there is like the left, the middle, and the right. So imagine if you go and take, well, some people like window seats and they don't mind, but I wasn't up for it because this was like a night flight, so there was really nothing I'll be seeing outside. So if you take like a window seat, maybe on the right or on the left, there's like two people after you get. So every time you want to come out, note that it's a long flight. You might want to ease yourself and stuff. Anytime you have to come out, you have to make people stand up and stuff like that. And if you're the one at the aisle seat on that row, you have to stand up every time the two people want to go out, or just shift kind of thing like that for them to pass. So it was just really uncomfortable. So my friend advised me to pick the middle row, which I did, and then I picked the seats by the aisle. So we're at the middle, obviously, so it was only one person in between, and the person could either pass the other side or pass my side. But luckily for me, the person didn't get to stand up the whole flight. It was just me standing up, and I didn't have to disturb anybody standing up, so it was nice. So that's one tip or trick when you're checking in online. I checked in really early. By 6:30 I was already done checking in, and the flight was for 10:55, and they said we're going to board by 10:20, so I had to wait for 4 hours. But I was just making calls, chatting and stuff, and before you know it, 4 hours just was over. Time to board. We boarded. On the plane there were blankets for us and like small tiny pillows and stuff, and there's no Wi-Fi on the plane. I don't know why people say there's Wi-Fi. Okay, there's actually Wi-Fi, but they said we had to pay for it. So I told them, you know what, don't worry, I don't even need it, I'm just going to sleep the whole journey. So I slept, and the next morning I was in London. After I arrived in London, I didn't need to go for my bags because they were checked in directly to Manchester. So there was like a gate for those on connecting flights. So I just went to that gate, and at that gate there were like immigration there. They stamped us. I gave him my passport, and there's this letter that comes with your visa, like your passport, the day it's issued, there's this letter that comes. So he just asked me for it, and then he explained to me that okay, after my isolation I should go for my BRP, and I should make sure I keep my BRP well because it's very important, stuff like that. That was literally it, and he stamped me and he was like, you can go. I was like, after all the things I had heard, like they can ask you to show proof of fund, they can ask you to they didn't ask me anything, but I don't know if they ask other people, but they didn't ask me anything like that. So okay, he asked what school I was attending. I just told him University of Salford, and he said what course. I said project management, and then he asked for that letter. That was all, no other question. So that was it. I went. So I had some dollars, which was one mistake I made. I didn't change my dollars in Nigeria because someone advised that I would actually be better changing it in the UK here, but I lost about 300 pounds changing in the UK here. So if you have dollars in Nigeria, it is advisable to change it in Nigeria. You're going to be at a higher advantage, especially if you bought the dollars like with PTA or bank rate. I changed some money at the airport. I think I just changed $100. Yeah, I just changed $100 at the airport because I needed money to I needed pounds obviously to pay my cab fare and stuff. And the remaining money, when I was settled after my isolation, I went and changed, and that was where I noticed the big loss, but it's totally fine. So I waited for my flight, and when it was time I went, I checked in, and after that After I checked in, there was nothing much. We're not much on the plane. I think we're just about 5 or 6 on the flight, and the flight left. We landed Manchester. There was nobody standing there asking us, let me see a bag, let me see a bag, let me see. There's nobody like that. Everybody just picked their bags, picked a trolley, and we're out of the airport. That was literally it. After that, I just went. I got a taxi to where I was going to, and it actually cost me £100. Like, it was so expensive, but the place was about 1 hour 30 minutes, and there was no direct train from Manchester there. It was about 3 trains, and I had like a big box, a Ghana must go, a smaller box which was my hand luggage, and my laptop bag. So there's no way I could have been dragging all these things going from train to train. Plus, I didn't even know how the whole train thing worked. So I was like, you know what, I will just risk this £100. So I did it, and it was nice. So I arrived at the house where I was going to isolate, and from there onwards, it was a very beautiful experience. The UK is actually really nice, and it was actually kind of cold also. Although they said it's summer, so these people that have been here for so long, they're like, ah, I'm hot, and I'm like, what's going on? I am freezing, and you're saying you're hot. Like, is it the same body that we have or stuff like that? But yeah, pretty much it. So I did my isolation, and I had already resumed lectures, so it was not so tough for me because I was learning while in isolation. So guys, my next video, I'm going to take you through, I'll start like unraveling my UK experiences and stuff. I'm going to tell you how I actually rented an apartment. It was not easy. So guys, please subscribe, don't forget to like, share, do everything doable. Bring the subscribers here and let us blow. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.